New at 4, people who harass, injure, or kill a public safety animal could soon face stiff new penalties. Members of the House Public Safety Committee held a hearing on the Cruelty to K-9s Act today. As Fox 5 reporter Claire Sims explains, the bill creates new categories and penalties for those who interfere with canines.
Gwinnett County Commissioners officially retired K-9 Kai from duty at the Gwinnett Police Department late last month. Veterinarians had to amputate one of Kai's legs after a gunman shot him in the line of duty last year. State Senator Kay Kirkpatrick says Kai is one of the animals that inspired her to file the Cruelty to K-9s Act.
We need to be sure that they are protected.
The bill simplifies current Georgia law. Instead of classifying bomb-sniffing, narcotics, and other specialized canines, it creates just two categories: public safety animal and search and rescue animal. The legislation also defines 3 tiers of crimes. The first creates a misdemeanor interference charge for anyone who frightens, harasses, or obstructs an animal on duty and prevents it from doing its job.
And that has to do in part with what we saw in the riots downtown a couple of years ago, where people were lighting firecrackers under a police horse.
The second level is misdemeanor harming a public safety animal, which carries a penalty of 6 to 12 months in jail and a fine up to $5,000. And finally, the most serious crime, felony aggravated harming of a public safety animal, which results in their death or inability to perform their duties, like Kai. That comes with 2 to 10 years in jail and a fine of up to $50,000. Courts can also require defendants to pay restitution. Thursday, members of the House Public Safety Committee questioned language in the bill that says people can be charged if they know or should have known the animal was working in an official capacity.
What unintended consequences could we be opening ourselves up for under the should have known?
But Senator Kirkpatrick says that can be fixed.
We may have to tweak that language a little bit. I'm working with the Prosecuting Attorneys Council and their animal prosecutor to be sure that the language is satisfactory.
A House subcommittee will take up the bill next week. At the state capitol, Claire Sims, Fox 5 News.